Hello, everyone. Thank you so much for checking out this video here on Shows, Style, and Spirit. I am Ebony, of course, and as you can see from the title of this video, we will be talking about the Real Housewives of Atlanta, particularly the entire Kenya Moore versus Britt saga. I really wanted to talk about it because I feel like Kenya has always gotten the short end of the stick. If there was any sort of mistake or mishap on her end, and I want to get into all of that. We're going to take a stroll back down season 10 of The Real Housewives of Atlanta in season 11. Now, before we do, I ask that you please hit the like button on this video and please subscribe to the channel. Everything that I'm saying in this video is alleged and just my opinion. And the Copyright Act of 1976 says that my fair use commentary on this clip is allowed. Okay, so I'm sure you all have watched the latest episode of The Real Housewives of Atlanta season Sweet 16. We're already 4 episodes in. It's been a very entertaining and solid 4 episodes. This week, I did not do a formal recap scene by scene, but I wanted to talk about this very serious topic, which includes the things that Britt has said leading up to Kenya's retaliation, if you will, or response. The retaliation part we have not seen yet. We will see this Sunday, April the 6th. But I want to get into the things that Britt has said and how I feel like Bravo has always been super duper harsh on Kenya. So I want to go ahead and play this audio. Anything NBC Universal, they really don't like you playing the video. So I grabbed screenshots of the scene and I'm just going to play the audio for you guys. And then I will come back with my commentary. And here we go.
If I can be aware of my surroundings.
What's up, baby?
Sure.
Oh my God.
For a second. All right. No, we're not done. We're not done. We're still catching this moment. Okay. It's a vibe. Hold on. Let me find my husband first.
I have so many things though.
I still got my pistol, so I'm good. Girl, Kenny's here. What do you want?
Okay, can I put this in the car?
I don't know.
I was almost. I knew I should have. Okay, thank you, babe.
You ready? Yeah.
I just want to put this down.
Security. Somebody find my husband. Where you at, baby?
Can I put mine here? I don't think my car is here.
You know? Okay, well, you want to get in?
Yeah.
Okay, baby, I'm ready. I gotta let that bitch know. Don't play with me, bitch. Everything's fine. Everything's cool. Everything's good. Kenya, hello, ditzy ass. Like, bitch, play that shit in front of the cameras. Don't play that with me. I don't play them games.
Black girl magic.
I don't play them games. I got whip, pistols, everything. Play that shit in front of them cameras. Don't play that with me. They need to take some shit off. We're not with her. Do all that fake Hollywood shit. No, this is real life. This is real life. This is real life. I don't play them type of games. You're going to be respectful. No peasants. You're going to be respectful around here. And if you don't know, you're going to learn today. Today is the day you're going to learn. Oh, these bitches, I don't play this fucking game.
Kenya, you riding with us?
Oh, you going now?
Yeah.
Oh, sure. I'm sitting in the back. You can drive me. I'm Miss Daisy. I got you, honey. She just one of those type of people where she wants to keep poking and being dismissive, being manipulative. Where you got thongs back here? Where you get thongs? What? Oh, yeah, she said thongs. Nah, don't act like I got some Moochie Mama dirty thongs over there. She talking about guns. She for real? Guns. She was talking about I still got my pistol on me. This girl is a problem. She gotta go. She gotta go for real. She got the hype. So please let her do something to me so she can go. Charles Oakley is here. I ain't going nowhere near Charles Oakley. I don't want no problem with Angela. Wait, let me come on this side so I can be aware of my surroundings.
What's up, baby?
Sure.
Oh my God.
For a second. All right. No, we're not done. We're not done. We're still catching this moment. Okay. It's a vibe. Hold on. Let me find my husband first.
I have so many things though.
I still got my pistol, so I'm good. Girl, Kenny's here. What do you want?
Okay, can I put this in the car? me do it.
I don't know.
I was almost. I knew I should have square. Okay, thank you.
You ready? Yeah.
I just want to put this down.
Ready? Somebody find my husband. Where you at, baby?
Can I put mine here? I don't think my car is here.
You know? Okay, well, you want to get in?
Yeah.
Okay, baby, I'm ready. I gotta let that bitch know. Don't play with me, bitch. Everything's fine. Everything's cool. Everything's good. Kenya, hello, ditzy ass. Like, bitch, play that shit in front of the cameras. Don't play that with me. I don't play them games.
Black girl magic.
I don't play them games. I got whip, pistols, everything. Play that shit in front of them cameras. Don't play that with me. They need to take them shit off. With her. Do all that fake Hollywood shit. No, this is real life. This is real life. This is real life. I don't play them type of games. You're going to be respectful. No peasants. You're going to be respectful around here. And if you don't know, you're going to learn today. Today is the day you're going to learn. Oh, these bitches. I don't play this fucking game.
Kenya, you riding with us?
Oh, you going now?
Yeah.
Oh, sure. I'm sitting in the back. You can drive me. I'm Miss Daisy. I got you, honey. She just one of those type of people where she wants to keep poking and being dismissive, being manipulative. Where you got thongs back here? Where you see thongs? What?
Oh, yeah, she said thongs. Nah, don't act like I got thongs. Some hoochie mama dirty thongs right there.
She talking about she for real?
Oh my God.
She was talking about I still got my pistol on me. This girl is a problem. She gotta go. She gotta go for real. She got the hype. So.
Please let her do something to me so she can go.
Charles Oakley is here. I ain't going nowhere near Charles Oakley. I don't want no problems. Wait, let me.
Okay, so you all know I like to play the clips twice just so that you all can really process and absorb because there's a lot going on in this scene. I want to say briefly before this scene where they are leaving the restaurant, the bank, it's located in Bankhead. Britt and Kenya, they're getting into it. Brit is really putting 20 on 10. She felt like Kenya didn't give her a real hug, but she patted her. And Kenya said, "What? No, I hugged you. I just didn't want makeup on me." You know, Brit is really trying to pick on her. And at some point while they're sitting at the table, Brit says, "I didn't send for her." And Kenya says, "Thanks for using my catchphrase." So I really hope that Bravo has the decency to bring Kenya Moore to the reunion for season Sweet 16 because Kenya needs to call Britt out for the fact that she watched the show. She's been watching the show long enough to see Kenya say at a previous reunion, "Don't come for me if I didn't send for you." So Britt, you are a fan of the show. And that's okay. You're human. It's been a very popular reality TV show for several years. But Britt, this is where your intelligence needs to come into play. You need to be able to separate you being the viewer of the show to you now being a part of the cast. You have to be able to tuck away your opinion of the edited episodes that you saw all those years of Kenya Moore versus you now working with her and filming with her. You need to let things happen organically versus you already being made up in your mind that you do not like Kenya and you're going to get into it with her. I feel like this is totally in Britt's head based off of the years of her watching the show. And Britt, I'm going to also say this on your behalf. I didn't always see it for Kenya. Prior to her having her daughter, Brooklyn, I thought that Kenya had a very strong dark energy. I tried to keep in mind that I knew that her biological mother did not raise her and in fact would go out of her way to reject her when Kenya was with her mom's side of the family for dinners or family events. And Kenya said that her mother treated her as if she was invisible. I tried to remember that when Kenya would do things that I felt like went really, really far. And that could be part of the reason why for so many years I had a soft spot in my heart for Portia, because I felt like Kenya would just never get past Portia making the mistake of calling her Miss America instead of Miss USA. I felt like Kenya held on to that like a dog with a bone. And so I didn't always see it for Kenya. But once she had her baby, Brooklyn, I could literally see the dark energy like lift off of her. She's much more patient, much more gentle, and she doesn't even want to kind of have confrontation. You heard it in that clip where she says, I ain't going nowhere near Charles Oakley. I don't want no problems with Angela. She's not trying to like poke the bear like she used to openly say that Apollo was fine and flirt with him. You know, that was pre-Brooklyn. But post-Brooklyn, it's a totally different Kenya Moore. And I feel like Britt has not fully processed things. She kind of it seems like she processes things in a very choppy way, and she definitely cannot compartmentalize, because if she could, there is no way that she would carry all of this energy for not liking Kenya as a viewer versus getting to know Kenya more as her coworker, her fellow cast member. Now, the other things that I want to point out, just some technicalities, when you would hear pretty much like silence, but the beeping noise, that was Britt talking to her husband. He went outside and he's helping her take her mic off. And he is saying, you're doing way too much. He wasn't mic'd. So that's why it kind of felt like silence. And she was cursing. So Bravo was bleeping it out. And Bravo had to put the graphics up with him saying, you know, you're doing way too much. Him being around kind of reminds me of like the whole Kim Zolciak and Croy Bierman situation, where it got to a point where Kim Zolciak wouldn't even drive herself around Atlanta. Croy was doing that. And I don't know, I just think that is strange. If you watched episode 4, you saw where Britt had dinner with her sister, and her sister was saying, you know, it's weird when I try to hang out with you, that Mike is sitting with us. You know, I can't have a really open moment. I can't be vulnerable. I can't talk, you know, woman stuff, because he's going to hear all my business. And even while they were talking, he was texting Britt, and she was saying that he was saying in the text that it's time to come home. I just wanted to share that to say Britt is she's a little strange to me. She has like strange energy that I don't get. And then I also kind of felt like she was kind of like sending for Mike, almost as if she thought it was making Kenya jealous, to say, oh, let me get my husband who cares for me. In the episode, as they're exiting the restaurant, she's like, let me get my husband, Mike, who cares for me, who loves me. Like that's supposed to make Kenya jealous. Britt, all over the internet, people are questioning you and your husband's relationship, if it's solid. I feel like he kind of acts like he could take it or leave it. But you seem like, you know, you really wanted a spouse and he was there. But of course, I don't know you, just like you've never known Kenya Moore till you had to start working with her. Now, I am not making any excuses for Kenya Moore's alleged revenge P that she's going to do against Britt allegedly in this upcoming episode 5. But I have to say that Kenya Moore is human. She is subject to error, and she made a mistake after Britt was threatening with, you know, pow pows, saying that she has them on her and she has whips. Kenya was ignoring her. She wasn't giving her any energy. Definitely Britt wanted that. She was talking loud enough saying, you're going to learn today. You going to learn today. Knowing that Kenya was standing there, because remember, she was waiting. She was to get in Portia's car. And once they were in the car, Kenya said, you know, Britt was mentioning pow pows. Portia said a pow pow. And Kenya said, yeah, she's a problem. She's a problem, but let her do something to me so she can go. She needs to go. And the irony is that Bravo, they suspend Kenya for the rest of the season. So I believe after this upcoming episode 5, we're not going to see any more of Kenya. And I think that if Kenya was going to be suspended, Brit should have also. Now, I know on Instagram, on social media, there was the resurfaced clip of seasons ago where Kenya was joking with her friend Brandon about maybe she should take her Pow Pow to their girls' trip to Savannah. It was right after Phaedra had her son Dylan. And Phaedra and Kenya were not getting along because Phaedra was accusing Kenya of being inappropriate with Apollo. Phaedra started calling her Kenya Moore whore. And so they were not on good terms. Now, Kenya was making a joke of the Pow Pow with her friend Brandon in her own house. She did not say it to Phaedra like, I have a Pow Pow. Phaedra is a lawyer. I'm sure she would have sent Bravo a scathing email and Kenya would have been kicked off back then. But nothing happened to Britt. But we know that Kenya is going to be off for the rest of the season. This is not the first time that Bravo has been really harsh with her. Season 10. So this was what was so tripped out about season 10. So I wanted to capture a picture of the reunion. They punished Kenya starting at the reunion. They sat her all the way to the end of the sofa. Now, Portia was closest because this was her season after the whole debacle with her, Phaedra, and Candy for season 9. So she had to deal with the fallout season 10. So she is sitting closest to Andy. Nene was on the show. She always sat closest to Andy on a sofa. But then Cynthia is closer to Andy than Kenya. And I always felt like that was a punishment to her for not telling producers that she had met someone. And Kenya said that she just sincerely wanted love. She wanted to give the relationship a chance. So she wanted to get to know Mark outside of the show, so she kept it a secret. She didn't even tell Cynthia Bailey, whom at the time she was closest to. So that was kind of like Kenya's storyline, season 10, that she had gotten married and Cynthia didn't even know that she was in love with anyone. Come season 11, they totally punished Kenya and she was not a part of the show. They did not demote her to a friend. They totally removed her. So season 11, the housewives were Candy, Portia, Cynthia Bailey, Nene Leakes, Eva Marcille, and Shamari DeVoe. And the friends of the show were Marlo and Tanya. That is the season that Eva was getting married and they went to Asia to like celebrate her engagement. And Nene got mad at Tanya because Nene said something like, oh, you and Paul ain't getting married. And Tanya didn't like her using those words. And then Nene got mad at her for getting mad at her. So, oh my gosh, I remember that season. But they totally punished Kenya, took her off the show. And I felt like they just always were super harsh with her. Even season 6 reunion, when Portia dragged Kenya to the floor, they demoted Portia season 7, made her a friend, but they never made her skip out on a season for getting physical. But with Kenya keeping the man a secret, they totally removed her altogether. Even when Portia introduced us to Dennis, it was already online that she was dating someone and they felt like it was Dennis McKinley, an entrepreneur, because she was making posts and she would hashtag it with DM, his initials. She did that. That was for quite a few months. And then she incorporated Dennis into her storyline. And then bada bing, bada boom, she gets pregnant with Pilar. But I'm sure Kenya Moore was not the first person to keep something a secret and won't be the last. And then they just totally removed her altogether. I have a picture of her Kenya Moore hair spa because something in my spirit, my energy, I'm just really concerned for Kenya, learning in episode 4 that she invested $400,000 into her Kenya Moore hair spa. and she doesn't really post. It's been several weeks since she posted. They were like saying that they were hiring, looking for hairstylists. If you go, so like the website, there's no active website for the Kenya Moore Hair Spa. If you go to the Instagram page for Kenya Moore Hair Spa, there is a link where to like Style Seat, I believe, where you could schedule to get your hair done. If you want just a silk press, none of the like spa services, it's like $95. And then if you want more things added, it goes up from there. I don't know how the spa is doing. And with her not being on the show, it's not like she can get that kind of built in advertisement. And Kenya is a single parent. I know that she chose to have this kid with Mark Daly, who does not seem to be, in my opinion, Mark, fiscally responsible. He was just in the blogs the other day for some financial difficulty. So she has a lot going on, and I feel really bad. I know that she's gonna retaliate. We're going to see it, but it's not like she's just picking on Britt out of the blue. So I think that Bravo is being really, really harsh. I feel like they've always been super hard on her. And even to the point where obviously Phaedra was like Kenya's replacement, because they say we're going to see Phaedra towards the end of this season, Sweet 16. So I always took that as Phaedra was Kenya's replacement. But the fact that Phaedra can just do the Ultimate Girls Trip, that is a Bravo reality TV spinoff. Then she did Traitors, Married to Medicine for 2 seasons. Then she just kind of calmly, coolly, films for the Real Housewives of Atlanta. After everything that happened, everything that transpired between her and Candy, why is it just so harsh on Kenya? My goodness. Now, when Britt was talking like, you gonna learn today, was being very loud and obnoxious and trying to provoke Kenya, I was wondering how many drinks did she have? That's definitely not an excuse, but I'm expecting Britt to kind of pull that out of her hat at the reunion. She's going to blame it on the liquor like the Jamie Foxx song, but it's totally irresponsible and ridiculous. And also, I want to hear what Andy Cohen has to say on behalf of the network at the reunion. Because how does he explain not suspending Britt, but suspending Kenya to the point where we're not going to see her for the rest of the season? She did not get to film any confessionals, and she's not even in the opening credits of the show. I think that it's really harsh, really low down, very corporate of Bravo to just punish this lady. And she's been on the show since season 5. Did you watch episode 4? What did you think of this scene? What did you think of Britt's comments and her trying to provoke Kenya? How do you think Kenya handled it with ignoring her? But then we know she's going to definitely be on some get back during episode 5. We pretty much don't have any commentary yet for the alleged revenge P, because we do have to see how Bravo is going to present it to us in this upcoming episode. But I thank you all so much for checking out this video. Please hit the like button on this video, as it is a free way of supporting the channel. And please subscribe to Shows Style and Spirit if you have not already done so. I hope that you all are having a great start to the weekend. I went to the gym and I saw the film The Woman in the Yard. It is a horror film starring Black people, all Blacks. It's very interesting. It's a very creatively written horror film. If you're into scary movies, definitely check it out. And it's really twisty, turny. And I don't want to say too much in case you decide to go see it. But it was very creative. So definitely check it out. I don't want to ever see no woman in my yard, though. Not in the front yard, not in the backyard, not in my shed or my sun porch or my garage or the driveway. But definitely check it out if you're into scary movies. And I will talk with you all soon. I'm going to probably DM Lexi, Chris Fletcher's daughter. She is a moviegoer as well, and get her take on it if she's going to go see it. So she likes some scary movies, but not all. And I will talk with you all soon. Bye.